everybody! So today I got the chance to see the new film Ratchet and Clank, and I went into this film with extremely low expectations. I was just hoping it would be better than Norm of the North. I don't know, video game movies don't have a good track record. I didn't think the trailer was very good, and so I just didn't have very high expectations. And I have to say, I thought it was really a cute little movie. I don't know what critics in general will think of it, but I don't really care. I thought it was pretty good. I liked it. Is it a masterpiece? No. But I thought it was solid. It had pretty good animation throughout, and it had a certain sort of sense of self-awareness. There was sort of a cheeky sense of humor without it being vulgar at all. It's very kid-friendly, but I don't know, there's just something about it that it was sort of aware of marketing and aware of branding and aware of this kind of things. There was sort of winking attitude to it that I thought was funny. And I thought it was it kind of reminded me of sort of Saturday morning cartoons type of feel to things. It had sort of that sort of sensibility and that style. So basically the story of this film is it introduces to Ratchet, who is this character who always wanted to be part of the Galactic Rangers, and they are this group of, it's sort of like the Fierce Five in Kung Fu Panda. They're kind of like that. There's this group of rangers who fight the bad guys, and he's always wanted to be a part of that. He works as sort of mechanic for this character voiced by John Goodman. They announced that they are going to be sort of holding auditions, I guess, for the Galactic Rangers. And he decides to go and audition. Of course, at first he doesn't make it, but then certain things happen where he ends up kind of becoming involved almost by accident. And because of his bravery, he is kind of made a Galactic Ranger. And he finds, during all of this, he finds this robot named Clank. And Clank I thought was really funny. It was really sweet. I enjoyed his character, and I thought that they had decent chemistry together. The Galactic Rangers are trying to defeat this evil Lord Drek, who is he's destroying all of these planets and using pieces of those planets to create one new planet. And none of the planets are occupied when they're destroyed, so they kind of keep it more PG level. But anyway, he's a very over the top kind of villain, the Lord Drek. Then there's this Dr. Nefarious who's working with Chairman Drek, and so the two have some really funny kind of dialogue together. There's this guy named Captain Quark, who's kind of leader of the Galactic Rangers, and he's sort of like the Brad Pitt character in Megamind. He really mugs it up for the cameras, and he really resents the fact that Ratchet is taking some of his camera time, and he's a funny character, but he also has sort of a soft side to him. He's not really a main character like you might see in some of these things. And it's not that this movie is the greatest thing ever. It really isn't. But I thought that it did what it did really well, and I was entertained by it. I thought it had a nice little sense of humor. I thought it was pretty well animated. I was impressed with the quality of the animation, because I don't know, I wasn't able to find the article again, but I remember reading that this only cost $20 million to make. I wasn't able to find that to verify, but I know that it was made on a very low budget. So they did a good job, because it looks bright, it looks colorful, it's clear, it looks good. And I thought that Ratchet and Clank were funny, had nice chemistry together. I thought it was a decent little sort of vintage, it felt like kind of thing that we would get in the 90s, as far as, it kind of reminded me of Buzz Lightyear and his sort of Buzz Lightyear type adventures that he would go on, facing Zod and everything like that. It sort of had that feel to it. Also kind of reminded me of Jimmy Neutron in tone and feel and sort of style. So it had just something about sort of a vintage style to it, if you can call those things vintage. But I liked it. I thought it was charming and funny and sweet, and I think the kids will really enjoy it. It's very kid friendly. It doesn't have sort of the deep themes that you have in a Pixar movie, or the like constant stream of comedy that you get in a DreamWorks movie. It's more just like little bits of sort of self-awareness and little moments of humor mixed in with sort of the overall action and everything like that. So I think that parents will find it tolerable, but I do think it's more aimed at children. And so it's probably one that if you don't get to see it in the theater, it wouldn't be the end of the world. You could get it on DVD and enjoy it with your family together. But I really liked it a lot more than I thought I would. So I'm going to give Ratchet and Clank a B-. And it has some good voice talent. It's got Rosario Dawson, Bella Thorne, Sylvester Stallone, and a lot of other really good, John Goodman, a lot of other really good people. And so I think that they did a good job. So let me know what you think if you ever get to see it. And are you excited? Did you play the game? I have not played the game at all, so I have no idea what game players will think of it. So yeah, some people that were coming out of the theater seem to be pretty big gamers, and they were talking about all these different Easter eggs that were in the movie. So I don't know if that will satisfy fans or if they'll, I guess the game has more for teenagers, so I don't know if they'll be annoyed at the more childlike tone, but I can't really say because I have never played the game. So that's just my thought. Let me know what you think, and please subscribe to my channel, and I'll talk to you later.